Yo, it's Pro Wrestling Summit. Chris Dozer, what is going on, man? This is going to be a fucking crazy episode. Post Mania Mayhem.
You know, Tatum, you and I have been discussing this for a while now, and I have calmed down since I'm herbally infused, but I'm sure you have not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step aside and give this floor to you. Let you rock and roll with this. Drop the hate.
I like that herbally infused. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. I really like that.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just get this fucking right out of the way. What a bullshit-ass main event of Night 2 after the show was much better than Night 1, except for the main event. It seems that the main events switched nights. Now,
yeah.
I don't understand how we got to a place where people are saying that they enjoyed the match between Cody and Cena. Fuck what those people are saying, as far as I'm concerned. Fuck them. Because they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. I can't believe that there are actually people, living, breathing wrestling fans out there that are like, oh, the main event of Night 2 wasn't that bad. It wasn't? It was fucking terrible. It wasn't just bad. It was terrible. Especially after how they closed Night 1 on such a high note, and then the rest of the show on Night 2 was actually pretty decent. It wasn't fucking bad. But here we go. We have to fucking have a No Rock. We have to have a Travis Scott fucking run in. Nobody cares about fucking Travis Scott. No, the wrestling fans don't give a fuck about Travis Scott. They don't care. So why should I care about Travis Scott getting involved in the main event? Oh, that's right, because it's the main event of fucking WrestleMania. And now you make me care. What the fuck? Why am I subjected to such fucking ridiculousness? It was fucking totally ridiculous. The match was totally ridiculous. Cena looked like shit. They were audibly calling spots. It was fucking terrible. It was. Now, I get it. Fucking John Cena he's not a technical wizard. Okay? He's fucking not. He is not Bret the Hitman Hart. He's not a fucking technical wizard. But the fact of the matter is, all he had to do was wrestle a fucking passable match. And instead, we got a fucking bullshit-ass match that fucking was... Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. It wasn't even passable. It wasn't even fucking remotely good. It was like a 1.5 out of 5 stars. This is how you're gonna end fucking Night 2 of WrestleMania? Absolute bullshit. Total fucking bullshit. Travis Scott. Give me a fucking break. No wrestling fan honestly cares about fucking Travis Scott. That stupid Fiend song is the dumbest song I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. How many times can you say the word Fiend over and over again in a fucking song? I don't understand. Oh, he's a Grammy Award winning. I don't give a fucking hootenanny what the fuck he is. Oh, my God. Okay, I got that out of the way.
All right. Is that cathartic for you, sir?
Yeah, it really was. It really was. I just don't understand it, man. And I mean, I know that you share some of the same sentiments that I do.
I absolutely do.
You're probably not as upset as I am, but I feel like I was ripped off. That's how the fuck I feel about it. I feel like I was ripped off.
I feel, at the end of the day, now I've come to terms with this. We're not going to get our money's worth at WrestleMania anymore. When we were kids, you and I, Jimmy, we would look forward to WrestleMania, and guys like Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon and
Bret,
Triple H,
Austin,
have fucking banger matches from open to close.
Right.
It just built. But I've gotten used to over the past 20 years now. The main event's not delivering on the notes that I expect. Now, Night 1 delivered in a huge way, a massive way. I mean, I could not be more happy with how Night 1 ended and Night 2 began. Night 2 began with the best match of the night. Probably the match of the weekend. If you take away the triple threat for the night prior, which I wouldn't do, but the match of Sunday was definitely the first match, the women's title match.
It was excellent. It was excellent. What a way to open the fucking show.
Superb. Yeah, it opened the show, and then the problem is we had to follow it up. You know what I'm saying? And they never kind of got to that point.
Yeah.
What frustrates me more than anything else is there's stuff we could have done at Mania that we didn't do. Right? We left meat in the bone there. And we did it the next night on Raw. And that's a whole another fucking discussion that we're going to get into a little bit later in this podcast. But what the fuck? I mean, I didn't expect a great match out of John Cena. I expected a great match out of Cody Rhodes. That's what my expectation was walking in, because he had great matches with everyone up and down the card. How he could not pull a match out of John Cena, I don't understand. And I get we're supposed to feel this way at the end of it. I get that the fact we're supposed to feel cheap, gypped, and robbed. But this is an easy way of doing it.
Yeah.
They took the easy way out with a phone-in performance on night 2 to close the show, which is unacceptable in my opinion.
I agree.
And Cody Rhodes is just as much to blame as John Cena is for that.
I agree. I totally agree. Cody could have. I don't understand how or why he did what he did, but when you hear John Cena, openly saying again, and Cody Rhodes throws another punch, and do
but
this.
It just goes to show how quiet the crowd was during that match.
Well, because they didn't know what the fuck to make of it, just like I didn't, sitting at home. I'm going, what the fuck are we doing here? This is the main event?
I'm waiting for the pace to pick up, and the pace never picked up.
No, it stayed one speed.
This is another note I had from most of the matches on Monday, on Saturday and Sunday. Where the fuck is the urgency?
Oh, there is none.
Where the fuck is the urgency to win?
Nope. Gotta get your shit in, buddy. Gotta get your shit in.
I get soaking in the moment, but it's soaking in the moment after the fact. You don't have to fucking soak it in after you deliver a move. Then lollygag to the next spot. It's just, I don't know where the bar was for people, but my bar was super high, and I'm talking like there's maybe 4 or 5 matches that reached that bar, and everything else below it was absolute garbage, unwatchable.
Yeah, like I could have done without the War Raiders versus the New Day at WrestleMania for the tag title.
Do that in the Raw after Mania. You don't have to do that. Why would you take up a prime WrestleMania spot for that? I get these guys. If you want to put them on, put the entire division on in a ladder match, which you're getting on SmackDown.
Right.
But like we're giving that away.
Right, for free.
Because people pay to see it. The whole point is people buy the show, right? And I get Peacock is what, $8 a month?
Right. But you're still having subscribers to that. You know what I mean? You're still, you still have people subscribing to pay,
exactly,
that are paying for that. I just don't understand it, man.
I completely agree. It seems counterintuitive, but again, I'm not the one in charge of things. Obviously, it seems like while night 1 was written with a fountain pen and beautiful ink and calligraphy, it seems like night 2 was written in crayon.
Yeah. I mean, the main event of night 1 was certainly. How
do you think of that? Like that's the 17th victory, right, for Cena?
Yes.
That's the moment you want replayed for fucking everyone?
Yeah, that's the moment? That's not the match that I would want.
That's the match everyone's going to remember because it's the last match of his.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Until Backlash. But that's the lasting memory he's leaving.
Yeah, I mean, that's his last WrestleMania match.
I get he's not giving stuff away anymore. He's keeping stuff to himself. I get he's not giving us, the fans, what we want. But there's a certain level you have to meet in order to look at yourself with an honest pair of eyes and say, did I really earn this, or was this really handed to me? That's why I felt like it was a handing over of the title as opposed to John beating Cody for the title. It seemed like Cody handed him the title.
And listen, I mean, Cody did some things in the match that I really liked. Like, he was bumping around for Cena really good, but that doesn't.
I agree.
But that doesn't take away from, him having some sort of control in the match. And I get it. John is the veteran guy. He's Big Match John for a reason. But clearly, he is not in the. He's not. I don't want to say that he's too old, because he's not too old. I just think that it was a layup for him. There was no urgency whatsoever. It was just a layup for him. And he was like, well, I'm going to win.
As such.
Right. And he treated it just like that. So, I mean.
As a lazy phone-in performance. That's exactly what it was. He showed up. That's all he had to do.
But night one was the exact opposite of that. Night one was an incredible story. It had the physicality. It was masterfully done. And considering the rest of the card on night one was not great. It was okay. It was an okay show, decent, but it wasn't like a great show.
In my humble opinion, sorry to interrupt, but in my humble opinion, night one was saved by the main event of night one.
Of course.
Otherwise, we would have a completely different fucking viewpoint of this. And a lot of people would agree with me. I've been scrolling through the wrestling community, and it seems like people are just fucking falling under the spell of WWE doing everything right. Right? I get it. I'm a WWE honk because I don't watch AEW for a good reason.
Well, yeah, because what is there on that show to watch besides Tony Storm?
I don't know.
Right.
You just answer my own question.
Right.
But as opposed to this, like, I have to hold them accountable when they fuck up. Right?
Right. I agree.
Hold AEW's feet to the fire first and they do this piss poor. I'm going to hold WWE's feet to the fire because, again, I expect a higher standard of production and a higher standard from the wrestlers. It disappoints me. It disappoints me greatly with how night one ended, or rather ended night two with a triple threat.
Yeah, honestly, I would have switched them around. I would have switched Cody and Cena.
Knowing the note you were going to end night two on was going to be a very sour, very bitter pill to swallow for a lot of people. And you and I are both huge fans of Ric Flair, right?
Right.
16 World Championships is an amazing accomplishment.
Agreed.
He's tied with John Cena, and John Cena has now surpassed him. That's a landmark centennial moment in wrestling. And not just WWE history, but wrestling history. It's not WWE record. It's a history.
Right.
Of the business as a whole. And it seems like you just spat on that and went with your own idea. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I totally agree.
Just to be contrary and different.
I totally agree. And it makes very little sense to me. What even makes less sense to me is knowing that you are finishing the night with a bitter pill to swallow, and people are going to be like legitimately hot about it because of how the match was structured, how it ended up, going off. I mean, the shock.
And again, echo your sentiments. Not to interrupt him again. I'm sorry. But to echo your sentiments on Travis Scott, like, why the fuck is he anywhere near the wrestling ring? In all honesty, I had no idea who the fuck that guy was until Royal Rumble. I didn't care to know him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a big like, I love rap music. Okay, I know who Travis Scott is. I don't listen to any of his music because I don't think that he's extremely talented. So why would I listen to the guy's music?
Right. If that's a Grammy Award-winning rapper, like, man, that just goes to show how far the bar has fallen.
And I mean, not only that, but like the guy is like he weighs like 115 pounds. Like,
he can't be taken seriously by anybody.
Right. Do I expect him to, like, okay, so he got a crossroads from Cody. Okay, he learned how to fucking take a bump. Congratulations, bro. Like, that's awesome that you learned how to take a bump. But for what? For what fucking reason do I have you out there And knowing that everyone is expecting The Rock now. So, like, why would you structure it? Right, that's what I'm saying. So now why would the fuck would you structure it to have this fucking clown come out there and fucking do this shit, and you know that there's no Rock coming? The fans don't know that, but you know that there's no Rock coming, and yet you still structure it to fucking be that way. And you know that the fans are going to be fucking pissed because there's no fucking Rock, and it ended flat. The fucking WrestleMania, the end of night 2, when it's supposed to be a pop of some sort, whether it's for a fucking heel, for a fucking babyface, there's supposed to be a pop at the end of the night. It just fucking fell flat. The whole
main event, WrestleMania 40.
Correct.
The pop that happened when Cody won.
Right. Exactly right. Or even night 1 of this WrestleMania.
Yes.
With people going, holy shit, I can't believe that this fucking happened. I can't believe that Paul fucking linked up with Seth. Even though some of us in the community, in the IWC, called it.
Yeah, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. I mean,
for me and you, it was like watching, like deja vu. You already seen it happen in our head.
Right.
And I would have done it exactly the way they did it.
I wouldn't have changed a thing about night 1.
No.
I wouldn't have changed a thing about how that main event went off. And even though the card was not as good as night 2, the card leading up to the main event, it was a masterful job because there was nothing on night 1 that would take away from what they did in the main event. And that is exactly what you want from a fucking wrestling program. That's exactly what you want. You don't want everything to be a 5-star fucking classic because then by the time you get to the main event, the fans are fucking out of it. The fans couldn't fucking care less. Instead, they fucking popped huge because it was so shocking that Paul Heyman fucking turned on both these guys and joined up with fucking Rollins. And the fans fucking let them know about it. And it was great. It was awesome. And then night 2, you're like, shit, man, this is going to end in something fucking incredible happening here. Like, this is the next phase of this fucking storyline. And nothing fucking happened. Travis Scott came out. Who the fuck cares about Travis Scott? The match sucked. Like, it just didn't fucking make any sense. There's no pop at the end of the night, and the fans are just like, man, what the fuck? Like, I sat there on my couch going, I feel robbed. I fucking feel robbed.
Yep.
I watched fucking like 100 hours of fucking wrestling over 2 days, or over 3 days, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? This is what you're gonna fucking leave me with?
Yep.
And then The Rock...
I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that they've broken it up into 3 nights because it's a slog to get through, dummy.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is just like, it's tough.
Snoo fest.
It's
boring.
Tough. Yeah, it's tough. You know, night 1 had some clunkers on it, man. Like, night 1...
Oh, boy, did it ever.
You know, night 1... I mean, the Rey Fenix... Grande Americano match was really good. I liked it. The Jade Naomi match, that could have been on a fucking SmackDown or a Raw. There was no reason.
Man, it's SmackDown night on Friday night with that.
Right.
And that was it.
Right. You could have absolutely done that. Not that big of a deal. War Raiders, New Day, you could have done that on Raw. No question about it. You needed to do Tiffy versus Flair. You absolutely needed to do that. You needed to do Gunther versus Jay, which was an okay match. I mean, it wasn't great. You know, he got a good pop.
I'm gonna go off of this. That fucking finish just neutered Gunther.
Oh, totally. Totally. It fucking totally, it killed him, man. It killed him, and it killed his finish, because now there's no way for him to fucking use that choke and expect, they used it on Monday night with fucking Pat McAfee. Who the fuck cares about a Pat McAfee versus Gunther match? Nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody wants to see that. I don't know who the fuck is asking for that, but it's not fucking good, man. It's not good. Like, what are we doing here? You're gonna fucking neuter Gunther and then have him wrestle a fucking wrestling commentator who's not even a real wrestling commentator. He's a podcaster who does wrestling commentary on the side. So, I mean, I just don't see it. I don't fucking see it. I don't know where they're going and what they...
That's how he's supposed to get his heat back, is by beating up an announcer?
How tough does he look?
Like 9% of the fans want to see that motherfucker get put through a table every night.
How tough does Gunther look to you now? You look at him and you go, well, I don't know.
He looks like a fraud. He looks like a fraud. Tries to fucking do that in the middle of the ring again.
It just
doesn't sit well with me. It just doesn't. It doesn't position him well in the card after this. The fall is going to be dramatic, and he's not even in the title picture right now, in my opinion.
No,
even though he was former champion. It just completely just neuters him. Like he can't. There's nowhere to branch off from that for him to get his credibility back. You have done everything to undermine his credibility in the ring since he came to the main roster.
In 2 days.
Everything to it.
In 2 days. You did it. You completely.
You did it with Sami Zayn last year.
Oh, God.
And now you're doing it again with fucking Gunther this year. And let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Where was Sami Zayn on the WrestleMania card?
Wasn't.
Exactly. So here's what you do. You take the fucking Intercontinental away from him on the first night of WrestleMania, night 1, right? Or night 2, whatever. I could care less at this point. Last year, he works all the way back up to the point where he's now your world champion, representing your brand.
Yep.
And you put him up against Jey Uso, the guy he's beaten 3 times.
Yep.
And he gets choked out.
In seconds.
By Jey Uso.
In seconds.
Right.
And he didn't even have the choke on good.
No. Again, not believable. Like, you could go anywhere with a finish. Anywhere.
It's tough,
the
man.
Same thing with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. You had a blank canvas at that point. To paint whatever you wanted. Whatever masterpiece you wanted, you could paint whatever you wanted on there.
It's tough.
It seems like they go the low-hanging fruit every time. And whoever came up with that finish should be shot.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense, man. It just doesn't make any sense. You have fucking Jay go over with a spear, no problem. I don't see an issue with that. Okay? I would have much rather liked Jay to go over with a spear out of nowhere, something like that. Gunther misses a chop. Gunther goes for the choke. Something goes for a powerbomb. Jay slides his back and hits him with a spear out of nowhere. I would have been totally fine with that. And it's not that hard to do a finish like that. It's actually really easy to fucking do a finish like that. But instead, you have the guy get choked out with his own move in a matter of like 3 seconds when the choke looks like absolute dog shit while it's on him. So like, what the fuck are we doing? And then so that opens up fucking night 1. So already you have a fucking bad taste in your mouth of how that's gone. And like, listen, I'm glad that Jay got the title. I really am. I think that it's a good opportunity for him to show if he can fucking hold it or not. If he's gonna be the guy, then he needs to prove that he's the guy. But based upon that finish, the finish blew. So now you're
absolutely.
So now you're looking at the rest of night 1 and you're going, well, okay. I mean, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu was really good because both of those guys are really good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll tell you what the finish did for me. It just kind of just smashed my expectations. Pissed on them.
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess I'm going this way. If this is the way they're writing it, I guess I'm going this way. This is the way they're booking it.
Right.
And then you went out and you had fucking Jacob Fatu and LA Knight murder it.
Yeah, they crushed it.
Hit it out of the park.
Crushed it. But why start the night with Gunther versus Jay and then you go right into the Raiders versus New Day, if I have it correct? They did the tag.
I believe so.
They did the tag, and then they did Jade versus Naomi right after that.
Yeah. Yep, in the U.S. it was after that.
Right. So, and then they did, so I have no problem with that. But out of the first fucking 3 matches, LA Knight versus, Jade versus Naomi was probably the best match. And it wasn't a great match.
No, it wasn't.
So you're starting off like 0 for 3.
It remains to be seen if that will help her keep her job or not. I don't think she necessarily fumbled the ball, but I do think there was some spots in there that were kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Like the finish, the scissor kick in the pump kick into the power bomb.
Yeah. She lost her on the power bomb.
Yeah, planted her on her head. So I don't think that was enough to save her job, in my opinion. If I was looking at that, if I was looking at that through a prism of, hey, we're gonna keep her, we're gonna just cut her loose.
You're cutting her loose for sure.
I would cut her loose.
Yeah,
because there's something there that's not connecting. And I don't know what it is, but it's not. She's not getting it.
something is not clicking. Something.
Exactly.
I don't know what it is.
The wires are crossed.
Right. I don't know what it is, but something is not
she's
clicking.
She's been afforded every available opportunity to improve against every nothing opponent.
Right.
That was a get-right match on WrestleMania for her. That was a get-right match.
Because Naomi's really good.
She's really easy to work with.
I just don't understand.
No, neither do I.
I don't get it. And then night two is a completely different story. Night two, I mean, listen, let me go back to night one for a second. Tiffy versus Flair was okay, except for Tiffy losing her chiclets. But
yeah, she got fucked up. Her jawline got fucked up seriously. So,
but
I mean, I don't fault her for it, and credit to Shaw for calling her through the match. You could tell she was pulling her through, calling each individual spot because Tiffany was lost at times.
Yep. I mean, big match, first WrestleMania match. You're the champion, and you're wrestling the greatest women's wrestler of all time, essentially.
Yep.
I mean, that's tough stuff. Who you had heat with, legitimate heat with.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't understand it. And then you go to night two. Now, night two, way better than night one, as far as I'm concerned, except for the main event. The women opening up, the women knocked it the fuck out of the park. They knocked it out of the park. The 2 3-way matches on night one and night two, the Rollins, Punk, and Roman, and then the Io, Rhea, and Bianca, both fucking crushed it. They were the best matches on the show. Now, with that being,
if they end WrestleMania, they would have been so much better.
Now, with that being said, I think that the other multi-person match, Braun, Penta, Dom, and Finn, was also very good. So all the WrestleMania matches that had multiple people that people were hating on because there's too many fucking multi-person matches, they all crushed it. So I don't get what people are fucking saying, like, oh, well, you know, it's a fucking three-way. These fucking three-way matches. I can't believe they're doing so many three-way matches. I hate three-way matches. Well, they were the best matches on 2 nights of fucking WrestleMania. So shut the fuck up.
Amen. And at some point, you have to justify positions, right? On the card. Is anyone other than Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk closing a show on night one? Or should be closing a show on night one? The answer is no.
No.
And plus, their work over the course of the last year has earned them that right.
Agreed.
Night two, the opener, I'll say the same thing. Their work rate has earned them that right. And credit to Io for doing that because I didn't consider her to win that match.
No, me neither.
And no, not one person believed Dominic Mysterio was going to win the Intercontinental title. They did. And that's a credit to smart booking.
Very smart.
They booked him in such a way where he had the fuck off heat. He had all the heat from his father in that feud carrying into it. Like, he's been the most consistent heel, in my opinion, by the show.
And he got one of the biggest pops of the night when he won the title.
Mm-hmm.
So that will fucking go to show you, like, what these fucking fans were into. Like, these fucking fans were. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
They were into the unexpected, so you could go a different way, and it would be accepted. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't look out of place because on paper, Dominic Mysterio coming out with that title looks out of place until you actually watch the finish. And then watch the match, and
it was brilliant.
Going into it.
It was brilliant. The finish was brilliant.
I agree. It was the last thing I saw coming. And I'm okay. I'm here for it.
Right.
Because what other way are you going to get the title off of Braun Breaker? Legitimately.
Right. The
way you built him up is now paying dividends, you can't stop his momentum for his upward mobility.
I mean, the guy's a fucking stud. He's a stud.
He gets it. He's another one who gets it. He gets whatever he knows his role. He executes it well. And every time he hits out of the park.
Yeah. I mean, besides the main event, I think that the match that I disliked the most was the women's tag match. The Liv and Raquel against Lyra and
let me get into this one.
Yeah, please.
Let me get. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What difference does it make if you do a heel turn night 1, or a heel turn night 2, or a heel turn on WrestleMania weekend, the Raw after Mania?
Becky Hogan.
Pretty much.
Let me come back.
What difference does it fucking make?
It does not make any fucking sense whatsoever.
You just made your MVP take the pinfall and lose the tag team titles to a tag team that was going to dissolve
in a day.
They lost the tag titles next night on Raw.
Right.
In less than 24 hours. What the fuck are we doing?
Tell me how that fucking makes sense.
The heel turn would have made more sense at Mania. Then you would have had more juice coming out of Mania with Lyra Valkyria and Becky than you would have them winning titles and her turning her on Raw.
I don't understand it, man. I just don't understand.
It's a fucking waste of a title drop. It's a waste of a title drop because you're getting the titles right back anyways. It's a fucking waste of a title drop. It makes zero sense.
It's so dumb.
If you wanted to turn Becky, you could have turned her at Mania.
And it would have been way more impactful. It would have been way more impactful. It would have
grabbed headlines coming out of WrestleMania.
And you could have had Bayley run down and try to put a stop to it. So now you leave Mania with a great segue into Monday Night Raw, Becky versus Bayley. Now
again, if they like Paul Levesque had an hour-long press conference at the Mania night too, and he went into wanting to make sure that he had enough juice from the storylines to carry him out of Mania, right?
Yep.
And I think for the most part he did. There's more juice on the other side with a turn at Mania for Lyra. For Becky.
I agree.
What I'm saying? On Lyra. You could have gone multiple different directions with her. And it was a waste of a return. All she wanted was a face pop. Which she got. She got a face pop when she won. She got a face pop the next night on Raw when they got introduced. And then they turned her at the end of the match. It's just, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Like you're just trying to, you're instead of drawing straight lines to your next parallel, you're going around a circular motion to the same exact spot you would have ended up.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. And, speaking about...
Taking a long way around the road.
Agreed. Totally agreed. And speaking about Raw the next night, I think Cena came out and did a masterful job cutting his promo. I thought his fucking promo was great. I thought that it made a lot of sense. The Randy thing leading into Backlash, I think that that's good. I think that it's all good. The only problem that I have is that his match fucking sucked on day 2.
Yep.
So
his match with Randy's gonna suck too.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be very good. I'm
under no illusions anymore that I'm not gonna get my money's worth. Right?
Yeah. No, I don't blame you.
Anything John Cena produces from here on out, and pretty much he's the one that's in charge of this.
And I mean, Randy's a good worker, just like Cody is. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, Randy can fucking work, and so can Cody. But if John's fucking calling the fucking match, again, like you said, I'm under no illusions that I'm gonna get a fucking a passable match as long as fucking Cena's involved in it. So, I mean, 27 dates can't go by fast enough as far as I'm concerned. If he was just gonna be cutting promos and shit like that, then I would be all about it. Like,
think about this, right? Think about this. You had 27 more days with the Universal. It's not even the Universal Championship anymore. It's the Undisputed Championship now, right?
Right.
You had 27 more days with that. Well, yeah, 27 more dates.
Yep. So that, I mean, but that doesn't mean shit. I mean, it's 27 dates. So out of 27 dates, how many dates is he going to be wrestling? Probably 5.
If that.
6.
That number may be high. That number may be high. I mean, lower than we expect.
Because he doesn't have to wrestle. I mean, he said it on Monday. I don't have to wrestle.
All he's got to do is this. That's his mic work. And that's the point, is you've mortgaged your future.
To do what?
Dangerous in the title? I don't know, because you're going to have to at this point.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're going to fucking do. Is he going to retire with the belt, you think?
I think so.
Oh, my God. What a fucking horror show. What a horror show. So that means they're going to do Royal Rumble for the title. Just like they did in 92.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something for it. Something unique. They're going to come up with a new belt, with a new lineage. And all lineage you had is now lost.
Oh, man.
But again, I don't understand it. I don't like it. I can get around Randy Orton beating it and taking it off of him. I hope that happens.
Well, I mean, that would be an ideal situation. That's for fucking sure.
I don't see it happening because I don't see them having that much faith in Randy at carrying the title anymore.
Which is crazy to me. Crazy.
Agreed. But I just, I'm an agent of chaos.
Oh, don't I know?
I love the chaos. But instead of building up another fucking contender like Braun, like Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, instead of building someone up like that, take the title off of you, or take the title off of Cody and make it mean something. It's gonna be like him with a fucking explosion out of the pop, out of the fizzle. And it's a dud. It's a dud. Like that's the caliber type of man we're gonna get from John Cena. We're not gonna get anything really of real substance anymore from him.
See, like I'm looking at it and I'm going, who else does he wrestle? I mean, 27 dates left, and not matches, 27 dates that he's involved in. He's not gonna risk putting that title up against somebody. Right. So like a match against Drew is going to be out the window because Drew is going to completely outshine him. Like, and he's not going to do that. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Outshine him. So Orton is... Same thing with Priest. Same thing with a Penta. Same thing with a Finn. Same thing with a Braun Breaker or even Braun Strowman. Oh man, it's so fucking frustrating, dude. It's so fucking frustrating.
I may have point to you on, I think it was that Saturday before WrestleMania Night 1. Well, the number of names, the amount of names they have.
Oh, that they left off?
That wasn't on WrestleMania card.
Agreed.
And it's staggering. You go Nakamura, you go Karrion Kross, you go
Andrade.
Well, Santos Escobar.
Ray Phoenix actually got on, but only due to Mysterio's injury. Bayley was off the show.
Bayley's off the show. Yep.
It's just fucking. It's staggering the amount of fucking names that were left off of WrestleMania, and they could have done a fucking ladder match.
something more substantial than what they did, which was nothing, which was catering.
Fucking unbelievable. Come to the Hall of Fame ceremony. That's all that you got to do.
Fill up the seats, the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I was glad that Karrion Kross got on the show. Not in a wrestling role, but, I mean, he got on the show at least.
I mean, at least he wrestled. He wrestled on Bloodsport on Friday night.
Right, and knocked it out of the park against J.R. Kratos.
And he fucking beat him up. Legitimately beat him up. Like that match was fucking crazy.
Kross is serious business, man. He's serious business. He's not a fucking joke.
I don't get what they're doing with him. I don't get it. Like, he should be front row center as a top line heel.
Agreed.
And for whatever reason, he's not. I hope.
Is he a heel, though?
Vacuum now that. What?
Is he a heel, though? That's the thing. Is he a heel? Because all he's doing is saying what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah, he's devil's advocate.
You know, the devil you know, like he says. He's the devil you know. I don't know, man.
Again, I don't it seems like in this power vacuum, there's spaces to be filled. He can fill a very viable space in that power vacuum.
I mean, think about him as an opponent for John Cena. It writes itself.
It does. It does. Because he's fighting for the everyman.
Correct.
Exactly. He's fighting for everyone in the locker room that has no voice.
Exactly right. It's a built-in fucking storyline. He would be a perfect guy for Cena. Because obviously he's got no problem losing.
He's going to lose against Cena.
Of course.
Again, he's enough of a threat to be taken seriously. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know if Cena wants a threat right now. I don't know if Cena wants it against a Drew or a fucking Braun Breaker or a Seth Rollins or like something like that.
Okay. He's okay defending his buddy Randall, and him and Randall will have a good old boy match.
Yep.
They'll take care of each other.
Like it's 2009 all over again.
Yep. And the match that everyone was sick of in 2009, people want to see now 2025. It's fucking tremendously crazy.
Crazy. It is a crazy fucking stratosphere that we're in right now.
I can tell you this. I don't want to see it again because I've seen it too many times. But it's going to happen. So whatever. I'll take what I get shown, I guess, because I'm a good boy. Or I'm a good soldier.
I'll be really happy if Randy punts him. I'll be tremendously happy if Randy punts him right in the head.
John Cena's never again going to take a punt in his life.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. It's a damn shame.
They may tease a punt. He'll never hit it on him.
Well, I mean,
it's pretty sad business, man. Pretty sad business.
I agree, man. I agree. I it was very cathartic for me to get my aggravation out. That's for sure. The 2 nights of WrestleMania, the Stand and Deliver pay-per-view was really good. I really enjoyed that. Some spots in there that I wasn't like a big fan of, but I dig what they did.
Dive under the table.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of things.
2.0.
Well, why are you gonna have Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade on the pre-show? Like, why the fuck are you doing that? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, crazy business.
I honestly think they are forgotten. I honestly think so.
It's nuts, dude. It's absolutely nuts. I just don't understand some of the booking decisions that were made over the weekend, that's for sure. I just don't get it.
I don't think we'll ever get it. I don't think we'll ever get it.
I mean, I've booked wrestling before, and I some of those decisions I wouldn't have made. I definitely wouldn't have made. I definitely would have went a different way.
$1 billion platform like that. Never in a million years would I ever think of fucking having that match with John Cena.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like I would never put that. I never put my name to it. I'd be embarrassed if I was the agent for that match or a booker for that match and put that out for human consumption.
Yeah. Now, what'd you think about Raw the next night? I mean, did you think it was like a Raw after Mania, or were you in the minority?
Yeah, it was definitely a Raw after Mania. But again, since I was soured by night 2's finish and was going into it with a negative mindset, maybe I didn't give it its proper due. Maybe I'll go back and rewatch it and have a different opinion of it.
Yep.
But I was expecting fucking them to move heaven and earth to correct the problems they had from night 2.
Yeah, I mean...
And they did not.
Yeah, I mean, the Cena promo was really good, but, again, it didn't...
I don't credit them for the Cena promo. I credit Cena for the Cena promo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then we go from that into the women's tag match, I believe.
Yes, correct.
which was a complete waste of time. I'm like, I threw my hands up and walked away for a minute.
Yep.
Then we had another promo with the New Day, and that's when Rusev came out.
Which was great.
Amazing spot. Like, I'm so happy for Miro. He's out of purgatory. He's out of creative hell.
And he gets slotted right into a mid-card thing, which is perfect for him. He doesn't need to be in the world title picture right now. He's slotted right in where he should be.
Well, first off, the world title picture is super murky, so it doesn't rule him out of anything.
Yeah, I don't even know who's going after Jay. I have no idea who's going to go after Jay. I'm completely lost, and maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me who feels that way, but I don't know who's next for Jay. Is it Braun? Is it Seth? Like, who's going to be the guy there? Who's going to be the guy that goes after Jay? I mean, I can't.
I can tell you what I think will happen.
Sure, please.
I think Seth Rollins somehow gets himself a number one contender spot for the main world title that's held by John Cena.
Okay.
And somehow Heyman ends up delivering Rollins to the Promised Land.
Oh, okay.
And you have Rollins with the world title
from Cena.
Not the world heavyweight title, but the WWE title through Cena. Yes.
I got it. Now, what do they do with Jay?
I don't know.
Yeah. See,
I honestly don't know. The problem is you don't have a lot of frontline talent lined up to face him.
Right.
Because you either have a true face like a Sami Zayn, or a true heel like a Gunther.
And Gunther's doing this thing with Pat. So it's like, what the fuck do you do? I mean, Drew is on SmackDown, so you can't even use Drew unless he gets drafted to Raw. But or unless Sammy turns, what do you do? Jimmy versus Jay again? Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody tuned in to see that last year WrestleMania.
Right, and you're not going to tune in to see it again.
No, they're going to give away on free TV this time. I'm all set. I could see a Karrion Kross fitting into that role. I could see I'm trying to wreck my brain to think of a name, a Finn Balor to fit that role.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know who. Once again, without the writing in place to bring them to that destination, they're never going to get there.
Right.
So, and right now, I used to have all faith in the world in Paul Levesque to write coherent storylines. But once again, I said it before, I'll say it again. It seems like this is written in crayon. It seems like, oh well, let's do it. Let's take this. All right. I remember using this analogy one day, right, of Tony Khan in his bedroom with wrestling figures.
Yeah.
And just book matches like that on a whim. That's kind of how I see Triple H doing it. Like let's do this. Let's turn Becky heel.
I see.
Let's give them what they want, Stephanie Valkyrie, but no, let's get a fuck finish and
yeah.
Let's bring out Julia. Let's bring out Roxanne, Cora Jade, because they're not doing anything right now. Throwing against the wall, seeing the sticks.
Right.
Here's Rusev here.
Yeah. So
let's give them what they want. They want a surprise debut. Yes, to check the box of a surprise debut, but there's another one yet to drop.
Yeah, that's really I really like that analogy. He's just throwing shit at the wall to see what's going to stick.
Yeah, that's why the Becky turn happened on Monday Night Raw, when it could have easily happened on WrestleMania Night 2. You didn't have to clog up 15 minutes of my time with a WrestleMania rematch for the tag titles that was going right back to the original champions.
Yeah, it doesn't make a fucking lick of sense.
You didn't have to waste my fucking time for that.
Doesn't make a lick of sense.
I'm okay with Dominic and
Penta
having the floor.
Yeah,
having the floor to wrestle on Monday Night Raw. You could have thrown another match earlier on, a filler match. Didn't have to be anything special or any great shakes. But that's more of a talk-based Raw.
Right.
I want to see promos from Rollins. I want to see promos from Reigns. I want to see promos from Punk. I want to know how LA Knight feels after his loss. I want to know how Fatu feels after his win. I want to see Jay with the title. I want to see him celebrate the title. I want to see him get bumped by a face turning heel.
Yep. Which I thought they were going to do with Sammy.
That's what I thought too. I guess not.
Crazy, man. Fucking crazy.
That's what I want to see, right? I don't give a fuck about the wrestling. I sat through fucking 10 hours of professional wrestling this weekend.
Right.
I don't need to see any more professional wrestling this weekend. Just give me the stories. Just fast forward the matches, give me the stories.
Yep. I agree, buddy. I agree. Well, this has been Pro Wrestling Summit. We've done our post-Mania Mayhem. And
Post-mortem.
Yeah. Well, maybe so. Make sure that you make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Don't be shy. Hit us up on Instagram.
Share the show.
Yeah, share the show.
I want to thank everyone for listening to us last week. We had incredible amount of views.
Yeah, we did pretty well
on our YouTube page. So come on, keep sharing it, keep watching it. I can tell you, I personally watched it like 3 times, but
yeah, I watched it twice. See? You know, I like to hear myself
just
talk.
Just hear me talk.
That's
it. A mark for me.
Me. Well, Chris Dozer, this has been incredible. I thank you so much for joining me again, and we'll be back next week with some more wrestling news. I am looking forward to SmackDown this week, the return of Aleister Black. That should be pretty interesting, and we'll see what the fuck happens from there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Tune in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.